welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to learn about the 4 top website builders that people use to build websites. I do want to say, please don't judge me on my hair. It is a hot mess and I apologize. I just got back from the zoo with my grandmother. So yeah, it's a little sloppy, but it's okay. You know, we're just gonna keep it moving and we're gonna do another video. So with the 4 platforms that we're gonna review today, that is Kajabi, Shopify, WordPress, and Squarespace. We'll kind of go into of what they do, the pros and the cons of each platform, and then at the end, I will say which one is my recommendation, which I'm probably just going to say right now because we all know it's WordPress. But I will explain why it is WordPress and what I don't necessarily like about the other platforms and what I do like, because some of them do have some pretty great things as well. I need to go over my favorite book and the song that's stuck in my head. So my favorite, or not my favorite book, it's the book that I'm reading. What is going, it's been a long day, guys. The zoo took a lot. You know, we have all been away from people for a very long time, and there was a lot of people at the zoo. So me being an introvert, my brain's a little cloudy right now. But the book that I'm reading this week is When Coffee and Kale Compete. So this is a great book. This is supposed to help you. It says become great at making products people will buy. It has a really interesting theory. One of the coaches in a group that I'm in recommended this. And so far, let's see, I got a lot to go. Yeah, I kind of just started this one. Yeah, so far it's been pretty good. It's very interesting with the theory that they are saying regarding how to make great products that people will love. And the song that is in my head is You Need to Calm Down by Taylor Swift. Okay, so Kajabi, that offers you everything you need to do to actually sell that to sell the courses that you have. It's made specifically for only courses and online classes. It's an all-in-one system. It is limited, but it is an all-in-one system. They have amazing tutorials. There are video tutorials where you can create it. They start all the way from like how to create an actual course to marketing the course and to your payment processors and how that all works. So the tutorials is pretty great. The customer support is also phenomenal based off the level of plan you purchase, because they are a tiered level system. And so they have an expensive plan and then they have a really expensive plan, and based off the one that you choose, that's the kind of support that you'll get. So the downside to Kajabi is it's super expensive. Like, it's nuts. It's ridiculous, if I'm being honest. You have limited options based off your plan choice. So you have to like get a higher up plan to really get everything that you need. And you can only sell courses, which blows my mind. It's literally only meant for courses. So if you plan to do more than that ever, wherever you are in your journey, you can only sell courses. I don't know, that it just blows my mind. But people love it and they use it, so they have to be doing something right. Then we have Shopify. Shopify is a subscription-based software that allows anyone to set up an online store and sell products. So they are just product-based. The bonuses or the pluses of using Shopify is that it is simple. There's no maintenance required, and they do have support options as well. The downside to Shopify is, again, it's expensive. They have very limited options. It's closed sourced, which means that people cannot develop on top of it. It is just Shopify, and Shopify only can make changes or do anything to it. And the worst downside is it only sells products. So it's like Kajabi, but for product-based businesses. So if you ever wanted to do anything else, you couldn't do it. You'd have to leave the platform. Then we have Squarespace. So a lot of people consider really only 2 options when you are creating a website. And that is Squarespace and WordPress. And I tend to kind of agree with that because of the options. So with Squarespace, it is also a all-in-one content management system. It's simple, easy to use, pre-made designs that are super nice. So people have made designs already that you can use, especially if design is not your zone of genius. It's perfect. It's very helpful for you to get your website up and running very quickly. And then it's a hassle-free setup, so it's super easy to get your website off the ground. The downside to Squarespace, or the downsides, is the cost, the limited design choices, and the limited features. So it is very limited on what you can do. If you have a very simple website, this is probably going to be a really good option for you. If you don't ever plan to have your website, what you do change or grow or anything related to that, or adding in a bunch of custom features, Squarespace would probably be pretty good. Not the best option, but it is a pretty good option. And then we have WordPress, which is, of course, my absolute favorite. I will always recommend this for pretty much anyone. The reason why is that it's open sourced, so everybody is updating it and developing on it and creating and adding all of this new amazing functionality. Then it's also easy to use, but there is a little bit of a caveat to that. There is a learning curve, so it is easy to use, but there is a little bit of information that you want to learn before, because otherwise you're just going to be bombarded with all of this terminology that you have no idea what it means. I do have a video that goes over the basic terminology that people use when working with WordPress. I'll link that below, so you can check that out to get familiar with the things that go into WordPress. But once you get like the basic understanding of how it all works and kind of what the dashboard is and what the things in the dashboard do, it is simple to use. You have an unbeatable collection of themes and plugins, so you can customize it to do whatever the heck you want, get it to look however you want. It's just amazing. It's incredibly inexpensive, and when I say incredibly inexpensive, I mean free. WordPress.org is completely free. All you have to do is get a hosting account, which Bluehost offers hosting at about $2.99 to $3.95, depending on what sale they're running at the time. And then a domain, which is about $11.99 to $12.99, depending on which one you choose. And you have complete control over your website. You own everything. To where with some of these other guys, not so much. So if you want to take your website off of the other platforms, it can be a little bit of a hassle, and you might not actually be able to take everything. You might have to start it from scratch depending on which platform you choose. So with that, WordPress is just better. You have control over everything. And it has the best functionality because it is open source, and so many people are creating new plugins and new themes that plug right into the website. The functionalities that you can have is just endless. It's really fantastic. I have yet to find a setup that someone has requested for me that I could not accomplish in WordPress. And if a plugin does not exist, you can always just code to get it to do whatever you need to do. So the functionality, again, it's limitless. It's pretty amazing. So now we're going to talk about the downsides of WordPress, which is maintenance. The maintenance of a WordPress website can be annoying, I think is a good word. It can be annoying. It can also be a little stressful if you don't know what you're doing. You just don't know what can happen. And so if you're just trying to maintain the website by yourself and you haven't really learned how to do that, it can be stressful. And the security of a website is on you. So if you didn't learn anything about website security, that could also be stressful. That's another thing to consider. And then you also will have to increase the resources yourself. So if you need more server space, or if you need to speed up your website, that is all going to be on you. Depending on the host that you choose, the maintenance, security, and the resource issue might be taken care of, and they might have options that you can pay for that will do that for you as well. But once you learn about how to maintain your website, It becomes incredibly easy. You just, again, there's that learning curve, but once you get it, you get it. And on this channel, I will be reviewing how to update the website, how to maintain it, how to make sure that the security is going well, and at what point you should be increasing your resources anyway. So you will be able to learn that, and you can also learn it through all kinds of different ways. I mean, those are really the 3 downsides that I could come that I could come up with, because WordPress is just, it is phenomenal. But comment below which one that you decide to use. I would love to see which ones you guys are deciding on, and also tell me why you chose that platform. And then please like this video and also subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful in getting you onto the next step of your journey. Have a wonderful day, and again, I'll work on the hair issue, guys. Thank you.